Jackson jolts awake, his face bruised, his nose bleeding from the airbag. Confused, he can't remember what happened. But one thing is clear, he's trapped. Buried alive. His car is completely covered in dirt, sealed shut from every side. The windshield wipers are useless, just scraping against thick mud. He tries the driver's door. Locked. The passenger side? No luck. Crawling to the back seat, he attempts the trunk. Still stuck. Panic rises, but Jackson forces himself to stay calm. He grabs his phone, tries to call 911. No signal. Underground, there's no reception. The battery powers the lights, but the radio is dead. Back at the wheel, he tries to start the engine. Nothing. He thrashes in frustration, and the car shifts, sinking even deeper into the earth. It's like being swallowed alive. For a moment, Jackson wonders, is this a nightmare? A cruel joke? But the weight of reality crashes in, heavier than the soil outside. He can't remember the accident. He was driving to his job at the ad agency, the rain pouring down. Everything's a blur. Talking to himself, he realizes he's at risk of losing his sanity. So he does the only thing he can, he starts recording. Speaking into his phone, documenting everything. This is a city. Busy streets. People everywhere. Someone must have seen. Based on his rough guess, it should only take 20 minutes for someone to notice, and maybe 30 more for police to arrive. An hour. That's all he needs. It's lunchtime now. He's only been trapped a few minutes. Trying to figure out his location, he grabs the car service manual and retraces the route. He remembers passing a hill, but what happened after that remains a blank. Despite the fog of amnesia, he doesn't lose hope. Right in front of him sits a small gift for his fiancée. He places it in view, turning it into a symbol of hope, a reason to survive. He shifts to the back seat, finds a folding jack and a few tools under the seat. He's not sure how to use them, but the car's structure is weakening. Dirt and water are seeping in, turning everything to mud. While recording more on his phone, Jackson reflects, this isn't fair. He has responsibilities, work, a life. He shouldn't be here. His thoughts are interrupted when he sees cracks forming on the sunroof. The weight above is too much. Thinking quickly, he creates a makeshift pendulum from rope, duct tape, and his phone. It reveals the worst, the car is tilting. Water is sliding across the dashboard. Oxygen is running out. He turns on the AC. Only dust pours out. And then the insects. At first, they're small, slow. Then, an ant bites him hard. That's it. He seals every vent with duct tape. But it's not enough. Panic explodes. He screams. He honks the horn. Nothing. No one hears him. He plays videos of his fiancée, Lori. One of her yelling at their landlord feels comforting now. Her voice, her face, it's all he is left. He clings to it, not knowing if he'll ever see her again. He turns off the lights to save battery, lying down to rest. But sleep brings nightmares, drowning in a bottle of water. He wakes up with painful cramps. It's nearly 9 p.m. He's been trapped for over 6 hours. Still no rescue. No sirens. No help. Determined, Jackson explores again. He finds a window that rolls down. He tries to reach outside. Bad idea. Dirt floods in. He slams it shut. The sunroof continues cracking, so he reinforces it with tape and tools, hoping it holds. Afterward, parched and shaky, he gulps a bottle of water, then instantly regrets it. That might have been his last. Still, he savors the moment. Then he grabs a black marker, draws a cross on the driver's seat, a silent prayer. Jackson doesn't consider himself a saint, but he begs for help anyway. He just wants to see Lori again. From here on, every choice is survival. He scavenges through the trunk, finds a jack, some ropes, wire, 2 garden chairs, motor oil, empty bottles. It's not much, but he holds on to his most powerful tool, hope. The cracked sunroof brings a new opportunity. Rainwater seeps through the dirt, dripping into the car. Jackson rigs up a tiny channel with a bottle and wire, catching the water, his new lifeline. To solve the bathroom issue, he uses the glove compartment as a makeshift toilet. Then, with the metal frame of a garden chair, he begins to dig. He pushes a hollow rod through the sunroof crack. Water and mud pour in again. Thinking fast, he seals the hole using a bottle cap, anything to buy time. Food is scarce. His meals? Sugar pretzels and dirty water. But he finds other ways to cope. Using the visor mirror as a camera, he pretends to be a news anchor, reporting on his own archaeological discovery, a man trapped by a landslide, mummified in his own car. He laughs. Then he fights again. Jackson ties the lid to a rope, threads it through a metal rod, and gives it another shot. But one rod isn't enough. So he tapes a few together, feeding the rope through the hollow tubes. Every push is harder. The dry, packed soil fights back. Still, Jackson doesn't quit. Using his armrest as support, he props up the jack and pushes again, Harder, deeper. Covered with a blanket for protection, he forces the rods into the earth. All he sees is blackness. Then he strikes the lid. Using a wire, he manages to knock it off. Sunlight blasts through the opening, flooding the car. Fresh air rushes in. For the first time in hours, he breathes freely. It's a small win, but it feels massive. Shouting for help, Jackson even cracks a joke, calling this place his metal hotel, fully equipped with all the worst amenities. Encouraged, he tries something else, turning one metal tube into a chimney. He lights a piece of newspaper, hoping the smoke will signal someone. But the fire spreads too fast. Smoke chokes the cabin. He tosses the paper to the seat, but the flames keep growing. Gasping for air, Jackson puts it out. The plan failed. Hopelessness creeps in. Instead of another escape plan, Jackson takes the rear window and writes his will, dividing his belongings between family, friends, and Lori. But suddenly, the car shifts again. The metal rods begin to sink, and the soil starts collapsing. Desperate to stop it, Jackson scrambles to brace the tube, but in the struggle, he hits his head. Hard. He blacks out. Moments later, Jackson wakes up, not in the car, but in a garage. A car sits parked neatly inside. For a second, he thinks it was all a dream. Maybe he just dozed off, running late for work. Maybe it's over. But then he sees it. The windows are sealed with dirt. The illusion vanishes. The car disappears, leaving only a chalk outline like a crime scene. The nightmare is real. The hatch is nearly destroyed. Mud pours in. His head is cut and bleeding. With his shirt and belt, he makes a tourniquet fighting the pain. Then, digging through the muck, he finds a dead bird. It's a grim reminder. Even something with wings couldn't escape this trap. He buries it and presses on. Nature is crushing everything around him. Still, Jackson fights to preserve what's left of the car's interior. But no answers come. His prayers fall into silence. Death begins to feel inevitable. So he picks up his phone and records a final goodbye. His voice shakes. Tears spill. The end feels near. But even now, he clings to something. A flicker of hope. Eyes closed, Jackson imagines the life he still wants to live. His leg may be injured, but he'll heal. He'll earn respect at work. Lori, his pregnant girlfriend, will become his wife. Together, they'll build a future, a home full of love and laughter. For a moment, everything feels possible. But reality slams back in, cold and cruel. He's still trapped. Still alone. Watching Lori's videos again, Jackson finally sees the truth. He was so consumed by work, he avoided the important talks. She dreamed of marriage. He shrugged it off. When she told him she was pregnant, he pulled away, seeing it as a burden. But now he understands. Life's simple moments matter most. So, with what little strength remains, Jackson records a new message for the child he may never meet. He promises to be near, always. Even if he can't be there for the first day of school, college, or falling in love, he'll be watching. Still, the pain grows unbearable. Panic returns. The lights flicker. The battery's dying. Oxygen is running out. All he has are memories and a fading grip on life. Then he remembers. Every detail. The crash. The pain. The silence. His wound is infected. The filth is unbearable. He feels like a corpse already. In a moment of dark humor, he draws a zombie face on the rear window. But the marker cracks the glass. Dirt pours in, crushing the car like a soda can. He acts fast, props the roof with a folding chair, bracing the frame. But the pressure's getting worse. He crawls to the front seat. Out of options. Out of water. So he drinks his own urine. Broken, he opens the gift he was bringing for Lori, flower seedlings. Carefully, he scatters them around the car. If he dies here, maybe her favorite flowers will bloom from this grave. And then something inside him changes. For Lori. For their child. He refuses to quit. He spots the spare tire. Maybe it can work as an oxygen tank. Every second counts now. He coats himself in motor oil to slip through easier. The car is sinking fast. This is it. He removes the hatch brace, turns on his favorite song, and smashes the glass. Dirt floods the cabin. With tools in hand, Jackson digs like mad, clearing the back seat, carving a vertical tunnel upward. He climbs halfway out of the hatch and feels it. The soil is dry. Too dry. It could collapse at any second. Thinking quickly, he builds a brace using floor mats and the lawn chair frame to hold the tunnel. Then, with only a bottle of urine and the spare tire, he starts to climb. His phone dies. He buries it with the wreckage. Using just a flashlight and wrench, Jackson chips through the dirt above him. He's close. A few feet. Then suddenly a landslide. It crashes down, burying him all over again. But this time, he doesn't stop. The will to live takes over. He claws through the soil, lungs burning, arms shaking. Then light. Shafts of sunlight piercing the darkness. Freedom. He pushes harder. One hand breaks the surface. Then the other. Then inch by inch he pulls himself out.
Gasping. Alive.
Jackson has done the impossible. He's faced death and won. With a new appreciation for life and the drive to make it count, he's ready to start again. To build a future. To love deeply. To live fully. Because sometimes, survival isn't just about staying alive. It's about choosing to fight when the world gives you every reason not to. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.